Hey, what's up fellow Switch bargain hunters? I hope you're doing well. I'm James Amera here at SwitchWatch, and every week I'm helping you to uncover the eShop games that are worth your hard-earned cash. Now this week it's all about the North American eShop store. It just happens to have the best deals available, but where applicable we've put the UK and EU prices as well, and of course the Switch is region free, so you're able to purchase games from outside of your home region by setting up another account. And there's a link in the description down below on how to do that. Now this video is brought to you by Hypercharge Unboxed, a game that takes you all the way back to your childhood as you take on waves of toys in this miniature world, either online with your friends, locally in co-op, or on your own. There are a bunch of modes to enjoy and the controls are tight and spot on, so blasting waves of enemies feels superb. There is a demo that you can try right now, so be sure to check that out. As we jump into our picks of the week, we want to know what your favourites are, and we will be giving away a $10 eShop voucher next Sunday to one lucky viewer. All you have to do for a chance to win is pop a comment down below with your favourite bargain this week. Kicking things off with my pick this week, it's Grindstone. Now this is one of the best puzzle games of the last decade, and now it's been brought to the Nintendo Switch, and it doesn't disappoint. At first glance, it looks like just another match 3 puzzle game with pretty looking graphics, but there's a whole lot to it. First off, it's a puzzle battler where you need to take out creeps by chaining together combos and using grindstones to keep the combo train going. There are bosses to face across the game's 200 or so levels as you climb to the peak of a mountain. The game introduces new mechanics like items at a steady pace, and the backing tunes are really spot on. It's a very accomplished and thoroughly enjoyable game on the Switch. It's worth playing in handheld, either in touchscreen or with the controls, and I do like a bit of HD rumble on this one. Jordan, Juan, what are your picks this week?
Hey guys, how you doing everyone? It's Jordan here. Now I'm currently out and about on a work trip this weekend, so I'm not in the office to give you like a proper professional voice, but here I am. Anyways, walking, just bought some biscuits, very happy about that. Anyways, my bargain of the week, I'm gonna go for Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition HD Super Edition, because I really like it. It's a brilliant JRPG. It's one of the best, one of my favorites. And yeah, it's just a brilliant deal right now. It's 75% off. I think $12.50, which for me, like for a JRPG of that quality, is just amazing. And you should all buy it if you don't have it already. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go back to my hotel room and eat some biscuits. Have a good one.
Hey doing everybody, thanks very much James. I'm a huge football fan. I have to say I didn't know what to expect when I bought Captain Tsubasa, but it was a nice surprise for somebody who doesn't have any real affinity to the anime as such, but for those of you that do, you get to savor the action through 2 story modes. Episode Tsubasa, where you can experience the events of the anime, and New Hero, which is an original story mode in the game. Now look, as a football game, it's not going to have the depth as games like FIFA or Pro Evo, but if you want something which is more simple, an action arcade football game where you can easily enjoy it with friends straight off the bat, then this certainly may be for you. It has 50% off in the American eShop, and by the way, nothing could beat that little video of Jordan walking around China. If you want to see more of that, then leave loads of comments in the section down below. That way he's got to give us some more of those wonderful little clips. Cheers Jordan, see you later everybody, take care, see you next week.
Thanks very much there guys, great picks. Now Jordan, I don't think I've ever seen anyone so happy to have some biscuits. I hope you enjoy them, mate. Now next up it's Doraemon's Story of Seasons. This series from Marvelous Games carries on what was the Harvest Moon series. When the licensing of the name expired, the developer carried on making the games under the new moniker. The visuals are superb in Doraemon. It's a beautiful world to explore and create in with lots to do and enjoy. If you are after an alternative to Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley, then certainly give this one a go. It now has 70% off in the US. Shift Happens is a cooperative platformer for 2. I'm glad I said that one correctly. You could easily get that one wrong. You and a friend shift your mass, throw each other and puzzle your way through 4 stages of stylized imaginary worlds, including the occasional backstabbing and taunting. It can be played solo and there are a bunch of single player levels, but this is certainly best enjoyed chilling out on a couch with a buddy. Underhero is a charming tale. The hero has failed, and as underling of the evil king, you reluctantly take his spot. This is a side-scrolling adventure with RPG elements and a lush pixel art world to explore. The combat is excellent. Everything is about timing your attacks, and the different bosses really do stand out. If you haven't seen this one, it's definitely worth a look, and with a nice 40% off, it's worth picking up right now. As far as debut games go, this one is very ambitious. Nodding Head Games put a lot of love into this action-adventure game steeped in the mythology of the Indian subcontinent, and there is a lot to like here in this isometric game with excellent narration and presentation. The different skill trees and puzzles to solve are awesome as well. It's over a little bit too quickly for my liking, but nevertheless it's a journey that's worth taking. Now this one has been on sale a fair few times, but it currently has its biggest ever sale right now. Yes, the Dragon Ball series is iconic, and if you love the anime, well, this has lovely, smooth and fluid animations which you're going to enjoy. With 3v3 modes included and online modes like ranked matches for those of you who are competitive, this is a package to suit all of your needs. It even includes a story mode, and each new season brings new characters and story to thoroughly enjoy. Kona is an adventure game set in October 1970. The game centres around Carl Fober, a private investigator who arrives at a snowy town in Nord de Quebec, only to find that the place is deserted with something that's lurking around. This is a walking simulator that revels in its 70s setting and sets itself apart by throwing in some interaction, often not seen in this type of game. For one, you can explore the setting, and there are even some combat portions in the game as well. It has a bit of a whodunit vibe mixed with a little bit of horror. With 75% off, it's now at a really decent price point. Vambrace Cold Soul can be easily described as a game inspired by Darkest Dungeon. It aims to recreate that tense corridor 4 vs 4 combat and throw in nicer visuals and more story. Now it does succeed in those two areas, but it also lacks in comparison in its fun factor and mechanics. That's not to say it's not worth a playthrough if you enjoy tough games like this one. If you love Monster Hunters like I do, then the chances are that you're going to love the God Eater series too. Set in a dystopian world where you play the role of a God Eater, someone who can wield the power of the Aragami and wield gigantic weapons known as God Arcs, the story sees you set across the world and meet a host of different characters, find and craft badass weapons and gear, and slay massive monsters. It's a blast, and whilst it will sound a lot like Monster Hunter, it has its own style. Battles, for example, are much shorter and snappier. This is one of my favourite games a little while back, definitely worth checking out, and if you're unsure, then check out my review by clicking up at the top right hand corner. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3 is now at its lowest ever price in the US. This is a Musu style game like the Dynasty Warriors series, but set in the vast One Piece universe. Hack and slash goodness that really does its source material justice. If you're looking for a laid back time pounding hordes of enemies with your favourite One Piece characters, then look no further. For an oldish port, its standard eShop price was very, very high, but now with 80% off, it's the time to pounce on this one. The original Anodyne was a quirky 2D RPG that was a blast to play and didn't take itself too seriously. This time around we have a separate story that doesn't progress from the first, so you can play this one and enjoy it if you didn't play that. And the dungeon crawling 2D gameplay is still there, but it's mixed in with 3D open world exploring and even some rhythm based mechanics thrown in. It's a bit of a love letter to different eras of gaming, and its varied, different styles and gameplay keep things interesting. It's a sort of game that you can't really compare to too much else out there, and that's what I love about indie games. AER Memories of Old is one of those relaxed games with a little bit of combat, a few puzzles, and tons of exploration that is greater than the sum of its parts. Striking colours and lo-fi polygon graphics impress, and the main way of exploring by transforming into a bird is just really fun. It's a short game that's probably not worth it at full price, but at just $2 it's a really nice, lovely adventure to enjoy from start to finish. Traffix is an aesthetically pleasing, minimalist puzzle game which simulates the stressful horror of traffic jams. Whilst it's really super simple, it does ramp up pretty quickly in difficulty, and you will need lightning quick reflexes in order to succeed. There's not a whole lot of fuss here, there's no multiplayer for example, but if you fancy a puzzle game for short bursts, then this is a good pick, the sort of game that's worth having when you're on a little journey on a train or something like that. And there you have it, folks, for this week. A bunch of eShop games on sale that we think are worth picking up. Now, of course, this week, most of the games on sale are in the US because that's where the best deals are to be had. But if you're not familiar with it, you're able to pick up games out of region by creating a different eShop account. So you might want to consider that if you live in the UK or EU or somewhere else in the world. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do let us know what your pick of the week is down below in the comment section, and we will pick a winner next week for that $10 eShop voucher, so do be sure to leave us a comment down below. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great week. Take care.